Yeah.
Is this three types of dependent arising, is it held by all the four tenant schools?
Okay, there's the three types of dependent arising held by all four tenant schools. No. Okay, they all hold, the causal dependence is common to all of the different traditions. Okay, the other two are not really so common because, especially in terms of parts referring to permanent phenomena, most of the schools, you know, for permanent phenomena, they say that they're merely labeled, you know, that they're just conceived of and then given a label. But for them, when they say that things are just conceived of and labeled, it's not the same as what the prasangikas mean. Okay, because the lower schools would say, well, like, you know, non-obstructive space, yeah, that exists just because, you know, there's nothing there to label it space. You know, there's nothing there. So it exists by means of our own concept only, that's all. Yeah? Whereas, so they would say that's imputed by term and concept. Whereas they would look at the, you know, the table or the glasses or the recorder or you and me, and they say these things, you know, are not merely imputed, where merely negates inherent existence. Okay? Instead, they would say they, like people, well, they would say that they all truly exist, okay? But with people, they would say people imputedly exist in the sense that to identify a person, you have to identify one of their aggregates. Yeah, you don't identify the person directly, you know it by means of the aggregate. So in that way, that is how they would say the person is labeled, okay? But the Prasangika saying it's not just that you have to notice one of the aggregates, but, you know, it's just, there's nothing else there except, you know, your term and label, and that's the mere thing that exists. There's nothing in the basis that can be identified as the person, whereas the lower schools always find something in the basis of designation that they say is the person. It's either the mental consciousness, the continuity of mental consciousness. The Chittamadzas dream up this foundation consciousness, you know, because they all say there's got to be something that at the end of the day you can say is the person that carries the karmic seeds. Otherwise, how does karma get from one life to the next life? Whereas the Prasangikas say it's just the mere I, but when you try and identify within the aggregates what is the mere I, there's nothing you can point to. Okay? So the word imputed is used in a lot of different ways according to different schools, and it can sometimes be a little confusing because they'll give different definitions to the word, and they'll include and exclude different things as well.
Well, I was thinking that you gave an example of the sound in the forest.
Yeah.
And how the mind only had their solution for that.
Right.
Like, I'm wondering then how they think of term and concept. It must be quite different from how the Prasangika do.
Yeah, yeah, it's quite different. Yeah. But like with the sound in the forest, they would say, well, the ants and the deer heard the tree fall, yeah, because they had the seeds on their foundation consciousness for that to happen. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Just a quick clarification. You said that permanent phenomena don't rely on causes and conditions.
Right.
Is there any phenomena that doesn't rely on the other two types of dependent arising, or does every
Oh, okay.
depend on at least those?
Yeah, all phenomena are composed of parts, dependent parts, and all phenomena from the Prasangika viewpoint depend on being labeled by term and concept. Yeah, and from the Prasangika and the lower schools too, it's only the caused phenomena, the functioning things, that are dependent on causes. Okay, causes and conditions. Okay, so, yeah. Okay, better stop.